Okay, so I don't really know where to start this video. Um, Last time I posted a video, it's been a while, near the beginning of this year, I believe. I did have a video planned immediately after the previous video. The alternator had been replaced on the CJ. I was still at school and in my dorm. A lot of time has passed since then. It is now October of 2023. I wanted to give you guys, to whoever's watching these videos, wanted to give you guys an update of what's been going on. School ended, like I said. It is now October. I'm now in the second year of college. I've gotten a new job at a Jeep, Dodge, Fiat, Chrysler dealership. So I'm very happy there, working under Jeep and Dodge, the two brands that I really love. I got that over the summer. School really got in the way, just time and how busy I've been. It's been weird over the summer. I did a lot. Like I said, I switched jobs. I was running back and forth all summer. Summer has been fun. I've started my second year of college, like I said. I live off campus this year, so I now have a garage. I'm not going to be in a parking lot like you guys have seen of my dorm. But a lot has changed. About a month ago, pretty randomly, my mom passed. It was kind of out of the blue, and so out of the blue, not expected. But I want to get back into doing the things I love, and although I know making videos, I haven't been exactly like on point with that. I do like making these videos. I like showing off and interacting with people, being able to do what I love and show people what I love. With that, I am going to try and do better about videos. I know I always say that. I have only a few videos up over the past 4 years, but I am going to try and do better, and I do have a lot of updates with the vehicles I have now, so we are going to be getting into that. But I just want to let you guys know, I know not a lot of people watch these videos. I'm very small, and that's partially my fault, but for those who do, I wanted to give you an update. So I'm going to be going out to the garage, and I'm going to be showing you, kind of giving you guys an update, tell you what's going to be going on, what is going on, and, you know, let you guys know. So, like I said, finally have my own garage to be able to do things here. The CJ has sat as it ran. This summer I have done a few things here and there. Don't mind the vehicle driving by. Here is my toolbox. I've been having a lot of fun with this. I've slowly collected over time. So let's go ahead. I'm going to start talking with the CJ. So the CJ over the summer, I forgot about what time, but it began having fuel issues. I was on my way through the city that I live in, and I had stopped. I was in about third to fourth gear, going about 40 miles an hour, and I lost ignition. The engine shut off, popped into neutral, slowed myself down, pulled into this little drive-through. It's kind of shady drive-through, if I'm being honest, and I was stuck there. Called my buddy. He brought some gas. We were thinking maybe my fuel gauge, that's never been absolutely correct, maybe it was off and I was completely out of gas. Threw some gas in there. I could not get it to start on his way back, and so Jeep ended up starting. Tried to get it home. He followed me, made sure I was okay, and right before I got onto my road, the Jeep shut off again. So this ended up being, I don't know even what to call it, but the Jeep ended up staying there. It would not start again no matter how much gas we put into the tank or down the carb. It would run for maybe 15 to 30 seconds and it would shut off again. So I was kind of lost. I didn't know what to do. We ended up getting it back here, got it started enough to get it into the garage, and this is where it has sat. What I ended up doing, and as you can kind of tell, I ended up replacing the fuel sending unit. I was thinking maybe, oh, it's gone out, it's old, I don't know the last time it was replaced. Ended up dropping the whole tank by myself in the garage. I didn't have a jack, so that was something. Ended up replacing the fuel, the sending unit, and it still won't start. I've had to keep a battery charger on it. It's unplugged currently. I've had to keep a battery charger on it to keep it charged. I believe there's some kind of ground somewhere that's, you know, losing power, as I'm only able to work on this every week or two, as I still am in school. But what I'm thinking is it has to be something in the fuel lines, because when I drop gas down the carb, it runs completely fine, and I don't have a problem there. It'll run for as long as excuse me, it'll run for as long as there's gas in there, so maybe like 5 to 10 seconds. So I'm going to be going probably over the fuel lines and fuel filters here in the next few weeks to hopefully get maybe something unlodged, replace them, and try and get gas to the carburetor. If not, it will most likely be a carburetor rebuild. That I have not done a carb as big as this, but I went ahead and ordered this off of Rock Auto for this carburetor. Quick, like $25 pack, kind of universal, and hopefully that can get me somewhere, or I can find someone who can do it for me. So as you guys might have seen from the title of this video, I did get a new vehicle, a new truck. It was in kind of perfect timing too, as I was working out the deal with that. Right after this started having problems, I borrowed a vehicle for a few days, my mom's Challenger, which was fun, I do gotta admit. Going fast for once was kind of a thrill. But let me show you what I got over the summer and what I've been driving daily. So as you guys can tell, this is a 1985 Ford F-150, the XLT Lariat. It's a single cab long bed, 4-wheel drive, automatic. This thing is pretty fun. I got it from my uncle. It was his work truck, so as you can see, there's a few dinges here and there, just small stuff throughout, but honestly, nothing I am too worried about myself. It is a very solid truck. As you might have seen here on this driver's side cab corner, that is the worst of the rust on the entire truck. Besides that, the underside and a few spots here and there like that. It is very solid. It is very ragtag, definitely jerry rigged together. It was built kind of a combination of a couple trucks. There are a few quirks here and there, but other than that, I'm absolutely loving this thing. It's got a 351 in it. Carbureted, and it is fun to drive. So for the interior of this truck, it is a combination of a few Ford interiors from the 80s and 90s. Let me focus that so it's easier to tell. Very mint condition, headliner and all of that. Door panels as well. I'm not sure what year that is. I'd say about the worst on the interior is this paint right here. I've been told if I get a certain type of alcohol wipe will come right off. The dash is slightly old. Let me see if I can get the sun off of that. The dash is slightly worn, just like a crack here and there. Just kind of what you expect out of older vehicles. I ended up working a little bit on this to get it inspected. AC is not charged, but it does have AC, and the radio works really well actually. So with this, like I said, it's a 351. I'm going to show you that here in a second. So here we have the 351 I was talking about. Like I said, there is a lot to this truck, all in all. It does have definitely several oil leaks and all that of the sorts. It's a 5.8 liter. This thing's really fun, got a lot of power with I think a 4-speed automatic, something like that. I am going to show you. So this truck is really loud, you know, V8. It's obviously going to have a rumble to it, but let me show you what happened to the exhaust. So, kind of the story of this truck is when I got it, the exhaust was definitely kind of put together to pass inspection, definitely later on. And when I got it, it had this open pipe. So it definitely had a rumble from one side of the passenger side. I did have another whole pipe, you know, cat muffler all the way down that ran next to it. As you can see, there's a little bit of scratching on the drive shaft there. So you might be asking, where is that exhaust pipe? So I was on my way home from school once with my girlfriend. It was later at night, and I went over a bump and I kind of heard, you know, kind of a rattling sound. I was very confused because, you know, old trucks, they make a lot of noise, so I wasn't too worried. But I had worked that Saturday at the new dealership that I work at, and I started the truck real early in the morning, and I thought, what is different about today? It is really loud. She's like, yeah. So I ended up dropping her off back at her dorm, and I go to work. I stop in the parking lot, and I look down, and I find this. That is the driver's side, right past the header, maybe about 6 inches. Let me see if I can get that. Right after the flange. The exhaust had broken off from that snap there, was holding itself onto this cradle here, going down, brushing the drive shaft on that side, and had one exhaust hanger running next to the one that's still on there, and it was barely hanging on. So every time I went on a bump, it would go and go tapping on the drive shaft and on the cradle. So I ended up removing that. So I'm currently running practically a header dump truck. As you can see, that's the worst of the oil leaks on this. I am going to be doing an oil change at work here pretty soon. And as you can tell as well, these model years of Fords, 4-wheel drive, thing is front I-beams, which I am not too much of a fan of, but I do have a straight axle in the back. I know there are conversions for that to become straight axle. I will be looking into that, but as for now, besides the alignment and the horrible stuff that it does to my front tires, I'm not too worried about it right now. But yeah, now that I've been talking about the exhaust for the past couple of minutes, let me show you guys what it looks like. So yeah, as you can tell, very loud. A lot of my buddies kind of make fun of me for that. I am looking into an exhaust system, you know, not perfect or anything, but try and get that exhaust more towards the back excuse me, as it already is. I do plan to go camping in this truck with the long bed. I was looking for a shelf for the longest time. Facebook Marketplace, you know, cheap sales sites. But I haven't been able to find anything quite yet. As you can see, this was a work truck, a lot of the paint scratched off. Haven't been able to find anything quite yet. My buddy has a 2nd gen Dodge that him and I put together a bed, kind of a bed frame in the back out of wood for camping. I want to do something similar to that. Kind of like the overlanding ideas. One of my greatest inspirations is I Am Jake's CJ that he had a few years ago, camping inside of the Jeep with storage on top and in the rear. I do hope ATV. I do hope that I do get a shelf for that, and then I can work on Serenity as much as possible. For now, I do have a tent. I have bought a tent. That lady was staring at me. I do have a tent. I've been slowly growing more and more camping gear. I have a lot more inside, and I do hope to post a video about that, kind of the experience of going, you know, off-road in this old vehicle, this old truck, and spending a night or two out in the woods. Don't mind the grass. I'm gonna be mowing here in a minute. I got all my clothes on and I'm ready for it. So yeah, that is the Ford. And that is the status on Serenity here. I have gone ahead and named this Ford, as I do plan on keeping it for a while, kind of no matter what comes along. I got it for really cheap, and it helped me in a really stressful time with Serenity having her problems that I'm still looking into. And to go along with my dad's name of the Jeep for Serenity, I have decided to name this truck Tranquility. I think it's a very fitting name, although maybe a loud exhaust and, you know, big 31s aren't exactly most people's idea of tranquil. It brings me tranquility, and I do hope that this spot here in the next few months will be having a car in it as well. I have not decided quite yet what to get. I want to look for something mid-2000s, late 90s, just something very comfortable. This does have heat and, you know, very nice seats and all that, but with no AC, or at least AC that doesn't work, this being a Jeep in and of itself with no top and no doors, I want something that will have definitely just very comfortable seats, working AC, working heat, preferably fuel injection, because if I'm being completely honest, carburetors are fun, but when I just want to go to work or go to school one day, having to deal with them has not been. And I'm sure all vehicles with carbureted vehicles can, you know, back me up on that claim. But hopefully right here in the next few while, or behind that truck because my twin brother lives with me as well, I will be having another vehicle. I'm not quite sure what to get yet. I do want something American. I love American vehicles, but I also do love JDM and Asian vehicles, European vehicles. So we will be seeing on that. I don't know if I want a loud muscle car that goes like brum, 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 or just, you know, this tiny little sedan with a turbo on it that goes like. I know a lot of car enthusiasts can say the same. I know some people choose sides. Well, I'm not like that. I do hope most people can understand that. So hopefully I will be looking into something like that. If not, a newer Jeep. That's kind of what I've decided. If I can't figure it out within a month or two, I am just going to be getting a newer Jeep. Okay, so kind of with that, I hope you guys understand my absence. I know there's not a lot of many views on this channel. I know that's my own fault. I do hope to provide I want to be able to share what I love as much as possible. So whether it be the Jeep that you are currently sitting on, the spare tire, this truck, or some other kind of car or truck in and of itself, I do hope to get, like I said, a camping video when I go camping, when I go to car meets, show off some of the cars and trucks in my area. I really appreciate you guys. My drive to make videos has kind of helped me throughout this time, since with my dad getting to show off Serenity, and with my mom constantly challenging me to continue doing what I love, and hopefully this can be one of the bigger things in my life here pretty soon. So like I said, I'm going to be getting this video out there gonna mow. I got some homework to do. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.